hypnotherapist, and I also do some music that is subconscious healing based in the lyrics. But today I really want to get into my hypnotherapy and the kind that I offer and answer some questions about that. I get a lot of questions, whether it's like, what was it? I was at a chiropractor getting adjusted, and he was like, "What do you do?" And I was like, "I'm a hypnotherapist." And he's like, "Oh, that sounds terrifying. What if you don't come out of it?" I was like laying there thinking, like, what do you mean? What if you don't come out of it? Like, do you know what it is? And yeah, he didn't really understand what it was. I think there's like a lot of stories about like stage hypnotic, like hypno shows back in the day, and it would be like some mind control thing, and kind of weird. And I think there was like people that would be planted in the audience to make the show exciting. But that's not really what I do. I take people to a very gentle place where they're able to explore their subconscious safely, and it's very easy to step out of the state that you find yourself in there. So the best way to describe it is like, hypnotic state is alpha brainwave, and alpha brainwave is the same mind wave that you go into every time you turn the TV on and you're watching your favorite show, or you're listening to your favorite album, or you're reading a book that you enjoy, or you're driving a familiar route home. You zone out, kind of, you're in a higher suggestibility state. This is alpha brainwave. And you can imagine probably listening to your favorite album with your eyes closed, and then being done listening to it, opening your eyes and going about your day like you're fine. And that's it. That's like the gentlest place that we go to. I like to think of it where you think of the conscious mind as the tip of an iceberg, and you don't see much beneath the surface, but you know underneath the surface the rest of the iceberg is like monumental. And then I think of the nervous system as like protective assigned sharks to the iceberg. And like, let's say the iceberg is like this whole thing that it's coated with your belief system. It's coated with your survival responses. It's coated with whatever you're gonna react to, and on autopilot, that's gonna show in the tip of the iceberg in the conscious. So whatever's making it up is the reflection in the top. But your nervous system is the sharks. And when you don't put the sharks to sleep, and by putting the sharks to sleep, meaning your nervous system to sleep, doesn't mean you go to sleep, but it means you go into a relaxed state of being. If you don't put them to sleep, they're gonna keep booting you out of your digging and your process of figuring out why you work the way you do. So like, let's say your subconscious belief system is built on, I take up too much space, nobody likes me, I'm not enough, my parents were mean to me when I was growing up in whatever form happened, or, you know, I didn't get to spend time with them. Whether it's like, to you, feels like real abuse, or some people feel like they had a normal life and they don't feel like they went through abuse and neglect, but they still have like these feelings that come up, and they kind of create a belief system around that. This simply just goes deep diving into where exactly that came from, like the moment that came from, and why, and whether or not you can do something with this part of yourself that's created. Like, let's say you're procrastinating, let's say you can't get out of a toxic relationship, like why you keep going back to that, and it's standing in the way of everything you want to do in your life. So it's just digging into that really gently. And by gently, I do mean that some people have like I've had some people, they do cry a little bit because they're going back to memories that maybe they haven't touched in years. But there's always a way to view the whole background and the trauma that happened where you can step outside of it rather than reliving it. You can view it separately from yourself if need be, and you have complete control over where you're going and what you're doing. It's also kind of like if you're in a car and your subconscious maybe is the car, or maybe no, it's more like your subconscious is the destination and the directions, and you're the driver, and then the therapist is the voice of the GPS. Like I'm not even the directions. I'm literally just the voice that you hear saying, turn left here, and that's it. And you take us where you need to find your answers, because all of the answers to all your problems are in there. You already know everything, and you are so wise that you know how to protect yourself from things that you think are going to hurt you. You know how to protect yourself from things that are scary to navigate, that are unfamiliar and the unknown, and could result in a loss of survival. Your nervous system genetically is coded to protect you in those things. So parts of us, a really cool part of hypnotherapy is we get to meet like all these different parts of us. A lot of times people are like, oh, you have multiple personality disorder, you should go see someone. But the truth is everyone has multiple personality disorder, and it's only a disorder when one personality or a couple of them take over to the level of hurting yourself and other people. Everyone has a part of them where if you were to put a chair in the room for every part of you, you would have a room full of chairs. You have the part of you that's kind, you have the part of you that is maybe feisty, you have the part of you that is tired, you have the part of you that is genuinely just the essence of yourself. And your internal, it's like an internal family and your internal audience that all works together to make you operate in whatever way your subconscious thinks is best. So if you're procrastinating, maybe you're like really protecting yourself from failing. You're trying to protect yourself from failing and disappointing yourself because, I don't know, maybe your mom never thought you never felt good enough for your mom. And there's like, this is just like an example. But yeah, it's very gentle. It's very simple. It's very easy. And it's fun. It can be a lot of fun. When I was in school for hypnotherapy, we would practice on each other. And I had one of my classmates do multiple sessions with me for different types of things. And what I discovered was that even though I had these different issues that didn't seem related, they were actually all related to the same root cause. And by like the fourth session, I was like, oh my gosh, like, is this just the answer to, this is, okay. I get it now. Like, I'm just gonna, okay, let's work with it then. Instead of me trying to complicate everything. And I think sometimes people, we are so multifaceted, we're so complex in a lot of ways, but we can simplify it so easily as well too. And that's the beauty of it. It's almost like waving a magic wand. It's not quite like taking a magic pill, because you do have to do the work. It's like you go to the doctor, you get checked out, and they're like, okay, this is what's wrong with you, and here's the medicine you're gonna take for this amount of time. My therapy also kind of gives something like that. So like, we go diving in the deep, we find the root cause, and then once we come up, we go through a suggestive therapy, and I record that and I give it to you, and you take that like a prescription every day for 21 days. And by day 3, you kind of notice something's going on. Like for me, I get like a headache or something, but it's like I really reset my mind hard. And I don't give myself any mercy. I'm just like, no, we're changing this. I don't like it anymore. We don't have to be that person anymore. We don't have to live that pattern anymore. It's gone. Throw it out the window. And that's what hypnosis does, is it gives you the tools to rewire your neural pathways, hard reset, keep the upkeep, and don't go backwards. And it convinces your subconscious that what's unfamiliar that you want to become familiar with actually is safe. And then your nervous system gets on board with it. A lot of times people will grow up like maybe in a chaotic home, And they'll grow up and find chaotic environments to keep finding themselves in. And then they're like, oh my God, this person did this to me and all this drama. But honestly, they kind of love the drama, even though they know it's not healthy for them, because it reminds them of home. Like they feel at home in their body when their adrenaline is like flying through the roof. And when you'll see people that go through the process of, oh yeah, and then there's the change that they would have to like undertake to get to the next part of themselves, where they're not constantly finding this dramatic environment to confirm how comfortable they feel in their body. They don't really want to do the work to change it. They'll stay where they're comfortable. They'll stay miserable. They'll stay suffering, because it creates this chemical reaction in your body that's actually similar to getting high on a drug, which is really sad. It's really sad, and my hope is that everybody finds a way to get on board with change, because the change of your life, understanding a clear picture of who you want to be and where you want to go, is priceless. It is freedom. Like, for me, when I think about my future self and I think about who I want to be and all the things I want to accomplish, I know that if she walked through the door right now, she would have a sit down talk with me and be like, you need to change. You need to change this and you need to change that, and you need to stop making excuses and don't complain about it anymore. But that's, again, me being rough on myself. But other people that aren't ready for real change are not ready for hypnotherapy. People who are not ready for the unfamiliar and the unknown to become their medicine are not ready for hypnotherapy. I do stuff for people they're not ready for that big leap, that helps them kind of in their conscious mind. I have like a trigger technique that I do with people, and I can either do it like through coaching sessions, or I do like an office hour membership through text. But like, it's support, everybody deserves support. But a lot of times they don't find the out to their problem because they're not willing or able yet to go deep diving into themselves. A lot of times yourself is scary. A lot of times you just kind of want to hide. Like, you never stop growing and you never stop facing yourself. But when you're hiding from yourself constantly and all the time, life is just not as colorful and delicious as it could be. And some people are okay with never knowing that, but I don't know, for me, I'm not okay with never knowing that. But yeah, so what it is and what it is not, it is internal mind control picked by the client. You are controlling your mind. You are catching yourself where all your patterns are derailing you, and you're curating how you want to be on your own track. You cannot stay in the hypnotic state permanently. You have to wake up and get to work, do your stuff, use your critical thinking. Your brain really won't stay on an alpha wavelength. It won't do it. And you can't not come out of it. It's very simple. It's literally like you turn the remote on the TV. Now it's gone. It's off. I do walk people in and out of it gently, but yeah, it's almost like a magic wand, but you have to do your homework. You have to take the prescription. You have to listen to your suggestive therapy every day for 21 days in order for it to really set in stone and take place. I think people notice a difference, like a really big difference. After a week, they're like, okay, something is shifting, something's changing. And 2 weeks, they're like, okay, I'm really starting to feel comfortable in it. And by week 3, they're not thinking the same. But yeah, I just wanted to give that one a little brush over. And I would love to hear from you guys. If you have questions, you can hit me up on Instagram or here. Leave comments. I would love to answer any questions. But yeah, I'll see y'all later.